Alright, this is Andrew with Total Home Inspection. Today is February 7th, 2024. We are doing a sewer scope here in Salt Lake. We're at 538 Columbus Street. We have the camera pushed out 100 and just shy of 140 feet to the city connection. We made it all the way out. Now we're going to pull it back and record it and see what we find. So that first connection point is called the nose-on. That's where it goes from your lateral line into the main city line. Looks like a good connection point there. Right off the bat, a little bit of an offset there. You can see that lip on the right hand side where the pipe is separated. That lip is a spot where waste could potentially get caught and create a blockage. There's another one with a fair amount of separation between the pipes. So it looks like that might be a theme with this line, is some offsets and separated clay. From what I can tell so far, it looks like it's clay based on how far apart these joints are. But typically clay has more of a red terracotta color, so I'm still not positive. Trying to see if that's a crack on the right hand side. The left side, you definitely have a root crawling down. Not huge, but big enough that I would recommend having it cleaned. There's some more. That section does have a crack for sure. Only way to fix a damaged pipe like that is to dig it up and do a spot repair. I don't know that this would be a good candidate to do a liner, since you have some fairly significant offsets. Doing a liner is just going to line the offsets, and it'd be like having a new pipe that has bumps in it. Fair amount of roots, so definitely going to recommend having this line cleaned and evaluated further once it's clean. The thing that's tough is that even though you have these offsets and a lot of roots, it does look like it's performing okay today. But you never know if those cracks are going to get worse and you're going to have a chunk of pipe fall off and then soil collapsing on the line. That's a concern. I do think this is clay. I'm not going to stop and mention every single offset at this point. You have several, some worse than others. I would certainly recommend getting the insurance on this line at a minimum. That way they could help offset the cost if you did have a failure. We just transitioned to cast iron. The issue with cast is it gets real rough and rusty, which you can see on the screen. You want to avoid putting wet wipes or feminine hygiene products down the line. Easier for them to get caught in cast. Little tiny low spot back there. It was holding a little water. Trying to figure out what that is. It looks like it could be a piece of pipe. It doesn't look like a wet wipe or a piece of human waste. It looks like that looks like a wet wipe or a paper towel or something. Does look like you have some debris caught in the line, a little bit of a flat spot through here. I'd recommend having this all cleaned as well. Get all that scum and gunk cleaned off the line, and that might promote some better drainage. But it's also possible that once you clean it, it's still going to be flat and have the same issue. About 30 feet out, I'm not positive what is feeding in from the left side of the pipe. It's possible this is a shared line with a neighbor. I might research with the city, same with this one. I would research with the city to see if they are aware of if this is a shared line. The problem with a shared line is first, you can't control what your neighbor's putting down the line, and so if they put something down that clogs it, it could back into your property. And the other thing is that not all insurance companies, like the most common HomeServe, will cover shared lines. I'm accessing the line through a little clean out down by that utility sink in the basement. I would recommend adding a clean out to the larger waste line. I could see the pipe, but I didn't find an access point on it. You want to have an access point so that you can access that main line as well. A lot of plumbing equipment isn't going to fit down this little tiny clean out that I used. I'm going to end this recording now.